Hello viewers and welcome to the eSeniors GT3 Championship Round 2 for the Group 3 races. The race this week is taking part at Oulton Park. Very technically difficult track, very difficult to pass. Qualifying is going to be so important on this track. Let's just have a quick look at the schedule before we move into the qualifying. So as you can see, we've already managed to fulfill Laguna Seca. We are round 2 at Oulton Park. And the next one is an equally difficult track, Hungaroring. But today, let's concentrate on the track that's going to resolve in the UK. As usual, I've got Jeremy with me today. And the race is also going to be live stewarded as well. So the stewards are going to be feeding us information. That information is going to be made public on the stream. And you'll be able to actively see any penalties that are given out if they're given out during the race. Now, they do have the power to reserve that and keep until after the race where there's been major incidents, shall we say, and they're going to look into them in a bit more detail. But hopefully the race is going to be clean. The Group 3 guys always seem to do a better job than the Group 2 and the Group 1 guys, so let's see where that takes us. So without further ado, let's go live into qualifying. We'll pick a driver and we'll go round with the driver and we'll see exactly what they're doing, and I'll do you a quick bit of a lap tour. So I'm going to jump on board with Simon Ashley. So Simon's raced with us before in the last season, but he's not actively been racing with us for a number of months, shall we say. So this is his first race back. It's looking quite quick, to be fair. I'll guide you through once he's done this lap, so I can go through the exact corner names. Quick hello to the stream. Hi Terry, hi Steve, hi Ollie, hi Ian, hi Frank, and hi Derek, and hi Mr. Christopher. Hopefully you can hear us all fine. The stream's looking fine. If there's any issues, just let us know and we'll see if we can rectify it for you. He's just coming round the last but one corner now, which will take him onto the start finish straight, and then we'll do a bit of a lap guide. As I say, this is a technically difficult track, this. And track limits are quite severe. So he's now on the start finish straight. He'll cross the line and he'll be looking to keep the car left, pick his braking point and take the right hander into hold corner. cutting the right a little bit, you can drift left a little bit, but too far you will end up with a track limit. We're now going down the avenue, and the little right-hander here is called Denton's, then the left-hander into Cascades. Keep it to the left as much as possible, then drift the car to the right, and we're now going up the lake side, because on the left-hand side is a lake. Now takes us up to quite a fast left-hander, although he has backed out here, Simon, as you can see, which is Island Bend, so that's going to give me the opportunity to explain a bit more, and I'm not sure he's going to let a car pass there. We then go into Shell Oil's corner. Ideally this corner you want to take on the inside and drift the car to the left and get yourself set up for the chicane, which is also called Britain's. So this is quite a tricky section. If you get it wrong you can be off. Get it right, you'll pick up lots of speed. He's then going across Hilltop, hence the bit of the hill at the top, and that'll take him down, braking at the 100 marker on the left. That'll take him down into the bigger chicane, which is known as Hislops. So right-hander, keeping it close to the left. Try and get the car left as much as possible, then cut the right-hander called Knickerbrook here. And then get your foot down into the right-hander kink, which is called Clay Hill, and then the left-hander kink at the top here. And that takes us up to what is Water Tower here. The right-hander is then Druids, very, very well-known corner. And he'll be looking to put the power on and get the car left a little bit. Foot down all the way to the 100 marker, braking around there, braking hard and taking Lodge Corner, the right-hander. Getting the car to drift left but not too much into Deer Leap. And then that takes him on to start-finish straight, and he will be going for a flying lap now. So at the moment, Pole is currently with Mr. Blythe, so we'll jump on board with Mr. Blythe. He's currently going at 136.8. Now, Mr. Blythe did a 136.1 before, so we do know the 136s and 135s can be reached with these guys, watching them in pre-qualification. In fact, I'll go back a little bit to Andy Skelton, because he's on an actual lap and he's 3/10 up, 4/10 up. Very good lap for John Newton, who's currently in 4th place, but he has had contact with David Allen. He's also on a good lap with a 137.9, a 137.7, but it looks like he's going to have to bail this lap and go again. So at the moment, Andy Skelton's 2/10 up. David Blythe is also 2/10 up, the guy we were riding with before. Andy Skelton's lost all his time. So let's jump back to and commentator's curse. Mr. Blythe takes it off. So let's jump with Mike Molesky. Mike Molesky's best is a 138 flat. He's currently 6/10 up, which is going to put him on a 137.4. That's going to put him at the moment into 4th place if he can hold it. Lost a bit of time coming through there. That's the chicane. Get it wrong, you'll lose a lot of time. Get it right, it will reward you. It's probably the most technically difficult part of the whole track. I'm going to jump back to Simon Ashley, who we were on board with before. So his best was a 142, which we knew was a bailed lap. He's currently 6.5 seconds up, so he's flying at the moment. So let's see where this takes him out. I'm expecting quite a good lap here, a 136. And we've got a 136.3. In 2nd place now is Rob Houpier, who's done a 136.7, and David Blythe 136.8, and Andy Skelton with a 136.9, and Brian Banks with a 136.9. Great laps there by Mr. Banks himself. So looking for some really good times coming up there, to be honest. Not too sure what to expect out of this group, but it's certainly looking very, very quick and very, very entertaining. And Nikos has joined the stream. Hi, Nikos.
Hello, Hello, Nikos. No, the only thing I have to say is that, as usual, when we quali, I don't know why some drivers get out so close to someone in front of them when there's huge gaps on that map. And most of the time you're penalized if you do that, because you cannot put your hot lap. You have to either you're behind someone a little slower than you. So and I've seen quite a few cars leave the track as a result.
Yeah.
So we need to learn to use that map a little better and choose the right time to go out on track.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. And I think the other thing as well is, I know there's a need to get out and do the qualifications. When it was a 10-minute qualifier, I could understand that. But I think what people fail to understand is that once you've done a good lap in this car, going again towards the end of qualifying, the track's actually rubbered in more and you'll go even faster. And it's like people want to do the fastest lap in the first 2 laps. I get it, but there's really no need. So the fastest man on track at the moment is Mr. Blythe with a 136 flat. Yeah. So Mr. Blythe has been getting quicker and quicker and quicker throughout the pre-season, and the last few races he's been just making that difference. I don't know what he's changed about his driving style, but he's definitely changed something, and it's making him much more quicker than he was previously, or making him come across much quicker, shall I say. Don't want to disrespect the guy, but yeah, he's looking, he's really good there with a 136 flat. Simon Ashley's not better in his time at the moment. The next person who's on a fast lap, in fact, Philip Savage has just done a 136.6 as well, so
very
Philip's
nice
looking
lap
fast.
as well.
Yeah. The only other two people on track doing decent laps, I'll stick with Kevin. So Kevin's 1.8 seconds up in the Mercedes. That's going to put him into the 139, so it's not going to move him much, but it shows that he's obviously now starting to think about putting a decent lap in. He's took that chicane really well. That chicane can punish your tyres as well, and in some of the races this week there's been people getting punches, and I was watching how some of the drivers take it and they launch it over the curbs. It's quite a rough chicane, that, so if you get it wrong it's just going to chew the tyres up on you.
Absolutely. I don't know. I don't know with the GT3 as much, but with the GT4, it was very, very obvious.
Okay, so we've already had penalties in qualifying, which is really interesting. So car 720 is going to have a 5 sec. Well, it'll be given a 5 second penalty after the race, so that'll be a post race penalty. So they've obviously held the car up in qualifying. So this is where. Yeah, this is where you may as well not. It's not worth applying in qualifying because it'll be a post-race penalty on the 5 seconds. But in relation, that's David Allen. So I think he's come out and he's blocked the driver. So again, we can forward that information onto the watching public. So Simon Astley's gone a little bit quicker, but David Blythe is also going quicker. So these two guys are fighting it out. They're both in the ring. They've got the boxing gloves on and they're going for it. Now, David Blythe is slightly ahead here than Simon Ashley. And when Simon Ashley went 1/10 up, David Blythe went 2/10 up. And I'm looking at the clock, and the clock's splitting between the two of them. This is absolutely amazing.
It's
just
incredible
to see who's actually going to claim this. David Blythe is looking the quicker, but Simon's just found a 10th. So these two guys are going to be, well, they're half a second quicker than anybody else. Simon Ashley's now 2/10 up. He's lost a 10th. So we're with David Blythe at the moment. Simon Ashley's behind him. Sorry, yes, behind him. So we'll see where this goes. David Blythe is a 10th up. Simon Ashley's now lost that 10th. And is it this 135? A 135.882. And Simon Ashley has lost his time. So let's just jump back to Simon. He's now 1/10. He's lost that time. So David Blythe has just managed to pull 2/10 at the very end of that lap. Now, is he going to go again? I don't know, but Simon's staying out, so we'll just sit on board with Simon a little bit just to see how he's going on, and I'll keep track of his time. So he's 2/10 up at the moment. Got that corner really well, but he's eased off because I think he went a little bit wide. But he's looking good. He's currently 1/10 up. Back to the stream. Hi, Melvin. Hi, Petri. Hi, Big Natty. Hi, Richard. And Mr. Gerard Pit Bits has joined us as well.
Hello, gentlemen.
So yeah, 135.8 is looking good, and Simon's is in the pits as well. So they're either going to go for a mad dash at the end, or these two guys have decided they're worn out already before the race even starts. And this is one of the things the point we're trying to get across after qualifying. That in itself takes it out of you. You've then got to race for 30 minutes and do it all again. And we're not young, you know, and that's the thing we've got to think about. I mean, my hands were almost dead yesterday. I know other drivers were the same. Was it fair doing lastminute.com? That's a difficult one. But we've got to look at the whole picture here, not just one race. And what we don't want is people backing out because, personal injuries or I can't go through that again. If there's one qualifying, one race, they're just doing it once and that's it. So that's why we made the decisions we made. So Andy Skelton's 1/10 up here at the moment. Philip Savage was looking quick. Brian Banks has just had a bump with John Newton by the looks of it. So John Newton's had his second introduction with somebody else. And we've got Vamos! Juan's joined the stream as well. Hi, Juan.
Hello, Juan. Yeah, so Eric Langlois sent a message to Philippe Sauvage, telling him that he's struggling. He has screen freezes, and it's been going on for quite a long time. I think he has issues with his computer.
Right, that's a bit of a shame. So Andy Skelton has gone a little bit quicker there. He's now put himself in 4th place. In fact, Andy Skelton and Joe Bekovac, who's put a good lap in, are on identical laps with a 1:36.572. 1:36.572. I'll just show you that on the screen so you can see how close this is. In fact, I think you've already got them on the screen. You've got them on the screen already. So yeah, you can see that they've both got exactly the same time. You can also see Becca Lorem and Philippe Sauvage are also extremely close with a 1:36.632 to 1:36.635. The Group 1 guys are close. The Group 2 guys are close. The Group 3 guys are close. Goes to show that I think the groups are pretty well balanced, actually. You know, we had a fear that 1 or 2 drivers would run away with it. It's not becoming the case. So gives us a bit of reassurance that, you know, the group splitting we've done does seem to be relatively correct. Oof.
Yeah, well, what also these times mean is that we're going to have very close racing on a track where a lot of drivers have a tendency to lose patience. So I don't know what to expect. It's gonna be very interesting to see.
The other interesting point as well is the fact that everybody's put a lap time in, and we've got car 46 is under investigation for qualifying, and that's A&R Yanks. So we'll see what that comes to as well. But obviously that'll be a time penalty after the race. So 5 seconds, if it's given, a 5-second penalty be added on. So again, he's either blocked somebody there. Oh, and there goes Mr. Skelton doing a bit of a slideshow there. Rob is 5/10 up in the West Ham liveried Bentley. So Rob's decided to pick a coloured car of an English football club there, a Premier League football club. Number 61. He's 7/10 up. This is going to give him a 1:35.7. He's going for pole, Rob. Wow, he's absolutely flying. And he changed the car. He's now 8/10 up. 9/10 up. He changed the car just before. Oh, he's ruined his lap. Oh, he's spoilt his lap. What a shame. That was pole in his hand.
Well.
Oh, Rob, what have you done? Oh, no, what a shame. Oh, he was nearly a second up. He'd have been in a 1:35.6 there. Oh, wow. What a shame. Oh, wow. Yeah, car 911 as well. 911 is Brian Banks. They're under investigation for qualifying as well. So there's a strong possibility they'll be given a time penalty as well. So after the race, okay?
Yeah.
Right, so I think everyone's just coming round now. Don't want to go to the introduction too early for obvious reasons. We'll be just sat here waiting. Just a quick look at the chat. Yeah, Andy did make use of the track and also the use of the tyres. Bentley and the BMW pretty good on this track. The R Frank indeed. Yeah, Nikos. Oh no, totally agree, because he was absolutely roaring. That was brilliant. Right, so go to the intro. Be back shortly. Okay, let's do a bit of a grid walk and understand where everybody is up to. So on pole, I could very well be mistaken, but I think that could be Mr. Blythe's very first ever pole position. The number 57 car, the Aston Martin of David Blythe. In second place, we've got Simon Ashley in the BMW. We've then got Joe Bekovac in the 817 Porsche and Andy Skelton in the Lexus. We've then got a McLaren of Becca Loram, and we've got another BMW of Philippe Sauvage. Then got Rob Houpier in the Bentley, the one we've just seen going off, and Billy Stewart in the McLaren. Then got the Porsche of Brian Banks and Mike Molesky in the BMW. We've then got Eric Langlois in the Bentley, and we've got Peter Miles in the Porsche. We've then got one of the Lamborghinis, which is Willie Owens, and Manuel Sousa in the green Bentley. We've then got one of the Lexuses, which is Benny Homstead, and John Newton in one of the PWS Aston Martins. Then got another one of the Lamborghinis, which is John Pacher and Kevin Torrance in the Mercedes. Then got another Lexus of Andy Lees with the Iron Brew, and we've got John Collins in the McLaren. Further down, we've then got David Allen in the McLaren, and we've got the second PWS, Darren Worth, in a McLaren PWS. And then at the back of the grid, we've got Einar Jenks, and Jeremy's McLaren will disappear as the race unfolds. So let's go to the helicam. Let's jump forward to a couple of cars. We've got 49 seconds to go. I'm not going to take off as I know who we think's going to win this, but I think it's going to be interesting. You know what? I've got a feeling this is going to be Mr. Blythe's day. He's going to go for it, and I think he's going to do well. I've got a feeling Mr. Houpier is going to do well as well. Andy Skelton always does well, so I might go for that as my top three. Blythe, Skelton, and Rob. Let's see. I could be completely wrong, of course. But that's what I'm going for. Oh, Niels, did your dad screw the last corner, mate? He was a tenth up. He was a full second up. He'd have shattered that pole position. Yeah, talking about getting that corner wrong, he got the corner wrong. It was great to see, though. Hi, Peter. Welcome to the stream.
Hello.
So we've got 22 guys watching and only 9 likes. The numbers don't add up. Okay, car 46 was a no further action in qualifying, but car 911 has been given a 5-second penalty at the end of the race. So at some point in the race, Jeremy will add on for car 720 and car 911 a 5-second penalty. Okay.
Yep.
And then I'll instruct that, and then what I'll do is I'll put them on pretty much straight away. But we'll wait for the race to get going. In fact, we'll add them on at the end. We won't put them on because they might confuse things on the stream and the drivers as well. Here we go. Lights have gone green. This first corner is so important. David Blythe's taking it really easy, as you can see there. Mr. Ashley's gone for a really good line. I'm going to jump forward. There's been contact down the back of the grid, although I don't think there's been too much gone on. There's a car off track there. A couple of cars bunching up, coming into the other corner. A bit more bunching towards the back. People still trying to find the way, but actually no one's gone off. Rob lost a place. He made contact with somebody, but he's now running again. And the top 3 at the moment is Ashley, Blythe and Skelton. So I think 2 of them are what I'm expecting. Oh, and there's a car already off. And that's Joe Bekovac, one of the guys who qualified really well. He's gone too far around the corner in his Porsche, and it's put him into the barrier. Willie Owens has been involved in a contact as well. In fact, Willie Owens, I think, has just passed him there. And there's a car going across, taking the plinths out. That looks like that is John Collins. And there's cars going... Look at that PWS car. What a move there by John Newton. Absolutely stunning move. Let's just have a quick replay of that. That was absolutely brilliant. Coming through. And the BMW tried it behind and couldn't get it to fashion. What a move. Oh, that's a very, very long lunge there, but that BMW's quick. That's Einar's. There's been contact there with the... there's contact between John Newton there and Einar Jenks in the red BMW, so I presume that dive where he went flying up the track, he's got his braking point wrong a little bit. But yeah, so PWS, one of our proud sponsors, preciouswashers.co.uk, along with Syndeo.world and with Aqua Green. And a big thanks to them and all the people who donate to eSeniors to allow us to carry on providing this service. So lots of action straight away. John Collins has gone off track again. So he's really struggling. And is he going to the pits? No, he's not.
And in the meantime, David has taken the lead. He managed to pass Simon and P3.
Let's see if we can see that replay.
And the Skelton.
Oh no, I missed the replay. He's already taken it. Sorry, he must have took it a little bit earlier. So yeah, so let's see if David can now get his foot down and go for it. So I'm showing you a replay here, guys, but nothing's gonna happen. I was up to see the pass, but it must have happened more than 30 seconds ago. So he's doing well actually. His lap times are really good. He is pulling away from Simon very, very well, and we're talking nearly a second this lap alone. He's pulling away. Although, yeah, I was just about to say he's struggled through the chicane there. And he lost a bit of time, and as you can see, Simon's now behind him. But let's just concentrate on this a little bit. So car number 46 is under investigation. So car number 46 for a lap 1 infringement, and that's Einar Jenks. So that'll be the incident where we think he made contact with Mr. Newton. So he's currently under investigation, and I'll keep that one for you, see what goes on. And obviously I'm in communication with the stewards, and if any penalties are applied, I'll publish them, and Jeremy will will apply the relevant penalty to the car on track. David Gerrard, groups 1 and 2 take note.
And the Skelton just went very wide. But
he's still on track. He's still on track.
Yeah.
Oh, there's been a spin, I think. Mr. Newton spun it.
Yeah, and Joe Beckerback is just got a stop and go 30-second penalty for speeding in the pits.
Right. So Mr. Newton's just lost a bit of time there. So it was a stop and go, was it, for Beckerback, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, so where's Beckerback? We've got to try and find him. That's number...
His last
817. It's all right, 817. It's a stop and go 30, isn't it? So let me just... make that obvious for everybody. Hopefully this will come up. Yeah, so he's got a stop and go 30-second penalty, just so you can see that that's happening there. Let's jump to Willie. So Willie's putting great pressure on. Oh, what happened there? Now that didn't look like contact. Just let's go back to that. That didn't look like there was contact, but
no, it doesn't look like there was contact.
That's really bizarre. That could be netcode, but that was way off. That was really bizarre.
What is that?
Now that was Eric. Didn't you say Eric was struggling with connections?
Yes.
I wonder if he's had a... Yeah, he's really... Oh, he's struggling there. It looks like he's got major problems there, because that BMW looks like it went through him at one point then. So I don't know if Eric's really struggling, but it's registered the contact.
Yeah, he's struggling with computer freezes.
Interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on that. John Petchy has gone off. He's going again. He went wide at one of the corners. And he's now coming down to the start-finish line and hoping to get his composure back. Fastest man on track is Mike Molesky with a 1:37.1.
Yes.
I'm going to go to John Newton again, because John Newton is putting pressure on Kevin, or Kevin's just managed to pass him. Let's see where this takes us. He's getting a good run around the outside. You can see he's physically gaining on the car in front. This isn't necessarily a passing point unless you're already alongside. But he's abiding his time. He's holding on. And what I'll do is I'll go to the far chase camera so we can see what's going on. There's a car off there, and that is Eric. I think Eric's got problems more than we realise. And it might, yeah, you can see he's jerking all over the place there. Yeah, it might be wise for Eric to, oh yeah, he's got major problems there. I'm not going to keep the camera on that because that's unusable.
That is very strange.
I think Eric's got massive problems there, so there's nothing we can do with Eric there, unfortunately. So I think when there was contact with Willie before, the game had picked it up, but it wasn't visible to us. So consequently, that's why I think that car went off at the time. Willie was behind in the Lamborghini, but we saw no contact whatsoever. And I think the replay, you know, we saw that quite clearly. And we've seen the problems Eric's been having now. So I've got a feeling Eric's going to call it a day, because that was looking... In fact,
so as well.
He's now pitted. And Mike Molesky is now the fastest man on track with a 1:36.4. So he's really going for it. Let's jump forward to Simon Ashley, who's trying to put pressure on Mr. Blythe here. Oh, hi Terry.
Yeah.
Hi Don.
Hello, gentlemen. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see if David can handle the pressure to the end of this race.
Yeah.
And because this is the only recourse you have, really, is applying the pressure, and hope for someone, for the driver in front to lose his car. But unless you're stuck behind someone who's very cool-minded, it won't work.
Yeah. Nikos is just saying Sousa got a stop and go. No, he hasn't. The only stop and go is Joe for pit lane speeding.
Yeah.
So as it stands at the moment, he's the only one we're aware of who's got a stop and go penalty. As I said, the only car under investigation at this moment in time is Einar Jenks for an infringement where he went into the back of, I think it was Mr. Newton. But that's being investigated by the stewards, and we'll know the outcome of that either during the race or it'll be issued after the race. Mr. Woods joined. My head's fine, Terry. Andy Lee's his drink driver. I probably have no idea. He's got iron blue on his car. So Mike Molesky's now just passed Brian Banks, and Molesky is, I tell you, he's looking good. He's looking really good. Rob Hupier, where is Rob now? I'm just trying to find where Rob is. Oh, he's in 9th place, so he's got quite a lot to take up if he's going to get me podium. But I said as the 3 drivers for the podium. David Blythe, Skelton. That's 2 of them so far, I think I said, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
You can see Blythe's just keeping him at bay here, isn't he? This is brilliant by Mr. Blythe.
Yeah.
Definitely come on from a consistency perspective, hasn't he? Definitely come on. Let's jump back a little bit to Benny Homstead. Benny's trying to catch Einars here. So this is Lexus versus BMW. In fact, I'm going to jump forward because we've got the BMW catching the McLaren of Becker here. Becker's just gone a little bit wide. Einar's going to try and force it. That's really not what he wants to do. He's got on the grass and that's going to ruin his traction. And that Lexus was looking up the inside there. So the Lexus of Benny was looking to go for it. Now that's upset the balance here. You can see the way Einars is just starting to go a little bit ragged as a result of him going off. Now that could be dirty tyres or it could be just actual focus. But I think this is where the next battle is going to be. He's really flinging it over the curbs. Now that could be a track limits warning because he was very, very deep there. And that corner is not forgiving for your track warnings. It'll be interesting to see if he's got a track warning. We don't get told that, unfortunately, until we know it's too late. Hi, Jorgen. Sousa is showing a penalty. Is he?
Oh.
They're saying Sousa's showing a penalty. I can't see a penalty.
He says on the board here. No, I don't see a penalty either.
Oh, that guys. Sorry, I know what that is. On the timing board, the timing tower, that's not the penalties. The behind, there's another display. That's what you're seeing. I'll see if I can fix that. Okay, so I'm going to say that's my boo-boo, but no, it's not. It's not. I'll just give me a second. I'll make that a little bit wider so it hides them. There you go. That should stop that happening. That'll get a little bit wider now, and you shouldn't see the stop and go penalties. All right, if that, I'll know what you're saying now. There's a second underlay that you can't see. I can see, and that stop and go was under Einars. Sorry, was under Joe before, and Einars has gone up the inside. Very forceful, very forceful. That's yeah, he's already under investigation, so it's going to be interesting to see where this takes him. He's really struggling though through that chicane. He's not got any balance in the chicane at all. And there was contact. I mean, in his defence, Becker did go wide. So you can see why Einar's gone for it there. But he's really pushing it over the corners. And now behind, we've got Benny putting pressure on Becker now. So Benny in the Lexus. Just keeping it on the curb there. If you go too far, that curb pulls you off track.
Yeah, but both that BMW and McLaren are damaged cars as well. So.
And Becker's gone off.
Yeah.
So now this gives Benny another move up, and Benny's now gone into 11th position. So looking good, looking good. Hi Kenneth, welcome to the stream. 25 viewers, only 14 likes. Come on, let's get that button going. If we will, please. It was opportunistic, Jonathan Wood, correct. He saw the car go wide. And Mr. Torrance has gone off. He's come off the corner, gone a bit too far. Luckily, he's had a safe rejoin there. He's going again. I don't know why he keeps pressing his brake pedal. That's a bit worrying. His brake pedal kept coming on there. So I don't know if that's an indication of a problem with the car. And his brake lights are flickering for fun there then.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a problem with his pedals, hasn't he? Looking at that.
Looks like it.
He's all right there. No, he's all right now. Oh no, the flash flickering again there. Interesting. So, not too sure. Billy's... it showed Billy had gone off, but he hasn't. So Billy's in one of the new Stingray liveries that they've been working on. I think... I may be wrong on this, but I think this is another Nikos livery they've done for Stingray. So obviously he's now running well, Billy. And Simon Ashley's getting close to David Blythe. Or he was. Then he lost a second of time almost instantly. So that tells me he's outbroke a corner somewhere. He's gained under braking. And then he's lost in a corner. So Billy's looking very good here. If he takes another place, he's got a podium. I will say, what makes this difficult is the guy in front is one of the hardest guys to pass, Andy Skelton. He can make that Lexus appear 3 wide. He's so difficult to pass. You've got to wait for a mistake. He don't make them off him. I mean, I've raced with him when I've been on track on the same lap. He's so difficult to get past. And he puts the car where you don't want it. So, you know, from that perspective, he does a really good job. And he'll just keep on with it. So Billy's going to have to take an opportunistic move here. But clean, shall we say, is the best way to talk about it. Okay, so I've just had information. And car 46, which is Einar's, I think it is, has multiple incidents at the beginning and is receiving a stop and go 30. So that's car 46. He's receiving a stop and go 30. That car was under investigation.
Yeah.
So when Jeremy applies that, we should see that come up on the screen as well. And he should get an SG30 next to his name. So that's yep. So hopefully we can get that sorted. And then that's how live stewarding works. That one's not been taken lightly. That's been a long discussion with the stewards. That's been under discussion for the best part of 10 minutes. So they haven't took that lightly. They've looked at many, many different aspects there. We saw Einar's early on being quite forceful with another car. So there's a possibility, you know, that was going to happen there. And he's now unfortunately paying the price.
So it's applied.
46 causing a collision. Yep, so that's correct.
Yeah.
So brilliant. So that's the first proper penalty issued by the stewards. Thank you, stewards. Andy Lees has gone off track. He's running again. Just struggling a little bit, keeping the car on track, I think, in that corner. So you can get that corner wrong. You go across off the track and the car swings across back to the right and it's very easy to spin out. If you not hit the barrier, you get away with it. But the barriers are deadly. Hit the barrier, it'll take the front end of your car off. So far, so good. All the incidents, that seems to be the incident that we've only had.
So very interesting to see that now Mike Mileski is coming right behind Billy Stewart. So we have 3 cars there, almost 4 cars.
Yeah, so you can see there, back. Mike Mileski's doing really well there. We've got Billy in the middle and we've got Andy Skelton in front, so we're going to see more battles here. Rob's still in 9th. David Blythe is now 2.5 seconds clear. Yeah, Melvin, he'll get a 5-second penalty at the end of the race. That'll be added on. We won't do that as part of the race because he's not received it as part of the race. That was a pre-race qualification penalty. Okay, Nico, Billy makes his own himself. That's fine, thanks for that. Hi, Dimitri. Not noticed you popped in. I think I've said hello to everybody else on the stream.
Hello, Dimitri.
Yeah, Billy's still looking quick. He's got a good run here. I don't know if he's going to get a good enough run, but you'll see Andy Skelton.
Ooh, they are very close.
Yeah. Oh, he's just realised that that's not going to happen, I think, didn't he?
No.
And pulled out at the very last minute. But he was looking very quick. And Mike Molesti's coming with his headlights on as well. He's making a point. Don't forget me, guys. He is the quickest person on track. He holds the quickest lap at the moment, Mike, with a 1:36.4. Looking very, very good. Getting that chicane is so important. Getting it right is so important. And Andy Skelton's off again now, so he's 1.5 seconds up the field. Mike Molesky, as you can see, is putting a lot of pressure. And Brian Banks is just behind them there as well, as is Philip Savage. And Willie is just behind that. So we've quite a few guys having a really good race here today.
Absolutely.
Hi, Craig. Welcome to the stream.
Hello, Craig.
So there's 2 drivers who have been given a 5-second penalty for infringements in qualification. They are the car 720, which is David Allen, and the car 911, which is Brian Banks. And there goes a pass. Now that looked close, but there's no contact registered. No, there was contact. Let's just have a quick look at that. It is showing as contact here. So he's been squeezed a lot there. So Molesky got squeezed quite a lot. But luckily none of the 2 drivers went off track. So I think that'll carry on as it was without a problem. You can see now Billy's lost a lot of time there. So Mike Molesky, Simon Ashley's gone off. Oh, big style. What's gone on here? What's gone off here? Big style off there. So he's trying to, and you can see.
Oh my God, he's completely yeah.
So
It's gonna take him a while to get out of there.
David Blythe looks like he's behind Einars now as well, so he's going to struggle as a back marker unless Einars yields to him. You can see the blue flags are clearly being waved. Oh, he's really got it wrong there. Really got it wrong. He's only saving graces. He hasn't really hit the wall. So he's going to carry on running. I'm going to jump back to David Blythe. As he got past the back marker, he's got past number 46 Einars. So David Blythe has now got a clear 8 seconds run in front of Andy Skelton. So he just needs to get his head down, keep himself calm, and he could be claiming his very first, not only his first, it could be his very first podium actually, but his very first place on the podium. That top step, that's exactly where you want to be, and he will be buzzing. Absolutely buzzing.
Mike Molesky is looking at a podium finish, which will be your first.
Yeah,
first as well.
It's looking really good.
And Andy Skelton as well. I'm not sure Andy ever finished on the podium. Did he?
I think he has. Yeah, I think he has.
Yeah, he has.
I think he has. Yeah, I think he did it in last season. But at the moment, this is looking like David Blythe's race. But Andy Skelton is eking out that lead. He's just ever so slightly pulling that lead back, not by much. But he is doing it. Now we've got 24 minutes to go. That's a long way to go. Can he pull enough of that lead back to make a challenge towards the end? Now the big problem for Andy is behind him. We've also got Mike Molesky. And we've just... Oh, and David Blythe's gone off.
Oh,
big style.
God,
we need to see what's... We need to see what's going on there. So David...
Oh my God, yeah. Okay, so there we go. Incredible.
So David Blythe's come round. No problem there.
He has a damaged car though.
Einars is behind him. I've not given commentator curse, have I? Oh, what that's Eric's car. Oh dear. I think Eric needs to be DSQ'd there. Because that's ruined the driver's race, that.
But he's in the pits.
He wasn't.
He wasn't. Yeah, he has PC issues and he's giving it up now. That's really too bad that incident happened.
But you can't stop and park it up on the chicane.
No, you can't.
And that's ruined David Blythe's race now. And you know, I mean, David Blythe's going to be absolutely.
He's apologizing. He's apologized for his incident, and I think it's due to his PC.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
apologising's fine. If he's been having connection issues, he shouldn't have stayed on track. We make that real clear, don't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's very, 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 very difficult for David. That to understand, you know, that car was parked at the top of the chicane.
Sure.
Yeah, Nikos says that's what we said. He shouldn't have raced full stop. So I think, yeah, he's hopefully he's going to stay in the pits and not come out. I don't want to see him coming back out.
No, he said he stopped racing.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a shame that for Mr. Blythe. Yeah.
Absolutely. Both leaders
have now lost massive, and look who's in pole. Look who's in pole now.
I know, Andy Skelton.
Yeah.
Followed very closely by Mike. I believe Mike is gonna go. Oh, and Skelton just went off. And
He
Mike's
has indeed.
taking the lead.
And there goes Mike. Wow.
Incredible.
So there goes
Wow.
Mike.
I mean, surprises after surprises.
And David Allen's gone off.
Finished. Billy Stewart.
Billy Stewart's took him. And are we going to get Brian Banks? Well. Is Brian Banks going to get him as well? Let's have a look.
Ooh, yeah.
He's got his braking points right, but we know that Porsche is good. So as Andy Skelton just had a bit of a blip there. David Blythe's lost more places. He's lost another 3 places. Is he going to get him? I don't think he's going to get him, but I think that definitely give Andy Skelton a bit of a shake-up, that, because obviously he's lost 2 places. He was sitting in prime position there, and Mike Molesky's now looking good, as is Billy Stewart.
Yeah. Almost a 3-second lead right now.
Yeah, he's just managed to pull it away, hasn't he?
It's incredible how things change so fast. I mean, unfortunate incidents, but wow. I'm sure David is devastated, because that was really unexpected. I mean,
it was. I mean, the car was sat in the wrong place, and I don't think,
I know,
you know, and if you've got a single screen, you're coming into that blind, and your first impression is that car's moving, then it's there. And to make matters worse, they got shunted behind. So I think David Blythe's car's going to be damaged.
Definitely.
So we've got another car under investigation, and it's the same person as before. So ESeniors is under investigation again. So I think he's trying to be very forceful with his driving. He's now down towards the back. I'm just going to sit with this one a little bit, because he's behind Darren Worth, one of the new guys. Oh no, that's not Darren, that's a Mercedes in front, isn't it? So that is...
Man, those guys are... Brian Banks just made a mistake and has been passed by Philippe Sauvage now in P4.
So Philip looking good as well now.
Yes, absolutely.
Don't know where to look.
Yeah.
Just seems to be so going on everywhere.
Lots of action.
No idea how long he was sat in the corner for, Melvin. I don't know. It's just unfortunate that he's been complaining of connection issues. We saw his car bouncing around earlier. I think from that car bouncing around earlier, that's when he probably should have gone to the pits and called it a day. Obviously, his actions of staying out have potentially ruined another driver's race. So, you know, it's not... He's still got the potential to receive a table penalty there as a result of that. And that car's gone very, very wide in front there. Who was that who's gone off there? Car in front of these two. So it's not that BMW, it's the one in front of Philip. Was it Andy Skelton? So Andy Skelton's gone wide again. He's really struggling with the car at the moment for some reason, Andy.
He's having issues. I don't know what kind of issues that are, but...
Are his tyres overheating and he's really struggling with it? He's got his tyres set up wrong, I don't know. Because he seemed to cut straight across the grass there. Now Billy is on an absolute flyer. He's really got to grips. He's 3/10 up faster than his previous best. So Billy's really flying here. So he said, right, that's it. Gloves are off. I'm going for it. John Collins has gone off towards the back. He's taken the scenic route. I'm just trying to find out where he is. So he's slowly putting it back on. That looks like a retirement to me, the way he's driving there.
Willie Owens is doing a very good
Yeah.
race as well in P6.
So
He's
Collins
doing
here,
very well.
with Collins, his steering wheel's gone. So he just needs to start with the way the races, which he's doing. He's got a long way back to the pits there.
Oh, but wait. What's going on here?
He's
Billy
trying to...
Stewart is right with Mike right now.
Yeah, there's been
He's
contact.
challenging Mike for P1.
There's been contact everywhere here. So let's just have a quick replay. What's been going on here? So John Petcher's coming round. Oh, big impact there. Big impact.
Oof.
The two cars out there. Darren Worth's also had contact. And I can't record who he's had contact with. And Brian Banks also had contact. 27 and 103. Need to work out what they're telling me. The stewards, they've given me two numbers. Right, so they've gone into the pits. They've decided to call a day and get repairs. Let's jump back out and go back with David Blythe, who's now putting pressure on Rob. So Rob, who was looking really quick, was in 9th, and David Blythe's now catching him up. So he's got 17 minutes to go. Don't know how far up the table he's going to get. He's going to be livid. That's totally understandable. Fully get that. He's gone wide there a little bit, and behind them is Benny. So Benny's just had a clean race as well. He's getting on with it. You know, top 10's a good go, really. Don't know, Frank. Hi, Frank. Hi, Danny. Don't know why. I mean, as I said, the rules stipulate if you've got connection issues, you must really not race. And we could see him lagging massively before, and really should have took the decision to quit then. His actions, unfortunately, have led to him not quitting and causing an incident. Show position gains just for you. I'll do position gains for you. So position delta. One.
So here we have David and Simon battling in P9 and P8.
Yeah, I'm with Simon and David now. So these were the guys who were first and second at the start.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, Simon's looking quick, but he's really pushing it over the corners. Wouldn't surprise me if he ends up with tyre problems. 15 minutes to go. All right, I'm going to jump back to one of our sponsors, PWS. John Newton's just got on with it. This is a great running for the PWS car. PWSPreciousWashes.co.uk, along with Sendeo World, Sendeo.world and Aqua Green. He's got a really good run here against Becker. Is he going to make this work? He's going up the outside. Becker's going defensive. Very careful, very respectful, great drive in there. Realising he's not going to make it stick. So the PWS car looking really, really racy here. One of the new guys, oh, he's got him, look at that.
Yeah,
easily got him, brilliant pass. Abided his time and waited. And that's put him into 11th position. Brilliant running, absolutely brilliant. Just don't go wide now, commentator's curse and all. Great, so he's now in 11th position.
Joe Beckhaback just wrote that he had a glitch and now he lost complete power and he's quitting.
Right. Yeah, he's left the server. So, and to be fair, that's probably the right decision to make. If he's got connection issues, it could have potentially brought others down. So, Mr. Sousa's off track. He's parked it right at the top, out of trouble there. I'll be surprised if anybody can hit that. And John Collins is off track as well. He's just getting going again. So John Collins has just been to the pits to get his steering wheel fixed. But he might have gone off track there to avoid cars, actually. So I might be doing him a bit of an injustice. He's really taking his time around them corners. Really taking his time. So Ainars has just passed Darren Worth. Alright, okay. So car 27 was under investigation, but is there no further action? So car 27 was under investigation, but was no further action.
Oof! That was incredible how Simon saved that BMW. He is following David very closely and he managed to save that car in the turn.
Yeah, I've
but
got
he
off
was really sliding. They're both behind
Rob.
Willie Owens now. Yeah,
Rob, and then Willie's in front of them in the
yeah,
Lamborghini.
yeah, yeah.
But they're both pulling it. They are both pulling Willie Owens in now. So Willie's mirror is going to become very, very large soon. Of Bentley, Aston Martin, and BMW. I'm sure that's not something you want to see often in the back of your mirror, is it?
That's right.
So yeah, Mike has made 9 places there. Great run there. Another couple of guys who've made some good runs as well.
Absolutely.
Is Terrence, Kevin, Willie Owens 7 places. Brian Banks 5 places. Billy Stewart 6 places. Einars 7 places, and he's received penalties. Okay, we've got another couple of cars under investigation. Okay, and we've got another one as well, so I'll wait for that message to disappear and display another one under investigation, and we'll see what the stewards come back with. So there's not been many incidents, but I will say the incidents they're looking at, they're some of them are racing incidents, some of them they're just getting on with. So he's looking at an incident between John and I think that was the one before 67, which was Peter Miles. So we'll see what happens there. Now that might have been netcode, because I didn't see anything registered on my screen, but they might have seen it differently. So we'll see what goes on anyway in relation to that. And you can see there, Mr. Blythe. Mr. Blythe is really looking. He wants to be careful he don't go too deep. He's going to get a good run here now. A very good run. His angle was brilliant. But look how wide that Bentley is. It's like a bus.
Those cars are racing really close. It's really beautiful to watch.
And the braking point's right and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, bearing in mind the Aston's been off and been hit, it's still looking very racy here. So David's doing really well. And Simon Ashley as well is doing well behind them. I mean, this is where the action's at. That Aston's got great run there. But Rob's just putting that Bentley where David doesn't want it. Oh, he's not going for this side, is he? I thought he was going up the inside.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He didn't. That was from a long way back. And look now, Willie's there. So Willie's now part of this party. And we're going to have Rob looking like he's going to try and attempt to pass the Lamborghini. Is this going to open up? He's going to go wide there, is he? Is this going to open up the path for David behind and for Simon? So whereas Willie might have given in the past, he's 6th place here. So I don't think he's going to yield. He's going to go for it. Oof. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And we've got 10 minutes to go. So Group 3, a couple of incidents, granted. That big one because of the connection problem, which obviously we can sort after the race and deal with the relevant driver there. But oof, yeah, certainly interesting stuff. I'm going to go back to putting the gap on display. It says when he can find his mouse. I'm going to put the gap back on. We know the positions and the movements on there now as well. Gap's just eased off again, haven't they? They've just spread up a bit. So I'm just going to go to Simon, who's putting pressure on David Blythe here.
Yeah, we also have Brian Banks challenging Andy for that P3.
That last podium place. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and there we go. Someone just letting them all go there. The back markers. Oh, he's going for a dive up the inside. That was ambitious, but he made it stick. Did Simon there?
Wow.
Right, so there's been a stop and go for car number 67. Stop and go 30 for reversing on the track. The car 67.
Car 67
has got a stop and go
30.
Stop and go 30, yeah. Reversing up the track and nearly causing an incident. So that's got to be classed as an unsafe rejoin. So that's dangerous driving. So I think
it's car 67.
Car 67. 67, yeah. So I think the penalties being issued are justified. You know, I know some don't like the live stewarding, but they're not jumping at decisions here and taking them lightly. I can see the time the stewards are spending on these incidents.
It's been applied.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Okay. Jonathan Wood, that's the Mark Christopher Mount Panorama special. It loves you really, Mark. So we've now got Simon trying to put pressure on Rob. David Blythe's lost a bit of time behind. Oh, he's really got the curb wrong there. And meanwhile, Willie's managed to disappear a little bit and just scarper away. So I'll do a quick rundown of the movers and shakers, shall we say. In pole at the moment and running around in first place, but being closely monitored now by Billy. As you can see there, is Mike Molesky. So I think this will be his first ever podium and could be his first ever pole. Not that one, of course. Oh, this is getting close.
Very close.
That McLaren's looking very racy. In second place, we've then got Billy Stewart, who's done a fantastic job. I think, you know, he said it was a few weeks ago, he got the most penalties last season. He did. I think he got a penalty in the opening race as well. But I think it's a case of just get your head down and show how good you are on track. He's doing that today. So that's really good to see. You know, a driver learning from it. I mean, second place, that's really good. I mean, I'd be pleased if that was me. Andy Skelton has now lost a bit of time. He's 4.6 seconds behind Billy. Pretty much cruising. I mean, Brian Banks is behind him. He's having a great race as well, Brian. I think this is the best of seeing Brian up the grid as well. In Group 3, he's putting pressure on Andy Skelton. The gap's about a second. It's fluctuating around that. Got Philip Savage, who's having a good run in fifth place there in the BMW. Willie Owens is just behind, 2 seconds behind. And then behind that, we've got Rob, who's also 2 seconds behind. The lap times of the leaders are currently 1:38. Andy Skelton's last lap was a 1:37. He was a second faster than everybody else. So there's still a bit of speed left in the track. Willie Owens is currently the fastest man on track. He's just behind Simon Ashley, but he's competing with Simon for currently the fastest person on track. We've then got Simon Ashley, who's still going to put pressure on Rob. And David Blythe, who's lost a bit of ground there. So I don't know if his car's starting to pay him back a little bit now for damage. Behind David, we've got Benny Homstadt. He's kept this really clean, Benny, in the Lexus. He's just got on with it. You know, you can tell when someone doesn't get mentioned. You know they're just having a good race. And there's been contact. These two guys have come together. I think it was just a bit of a love kiss. And you can see there Simon's really putting pressure on him. They have had contact with a bit of a nudge, but I think it was more like a bump draft than anything else. But we'll come back to that one in a minute. John Newton in the PWS. Absolutely brilliant. 11th place. If he can gain one more place or another car fall off. Oh, he doesn't want to do that. He'll have a top 10. He'll be buzzing, I think it's fair to say. I think we've got Mark Christopher and Pit Bits in the chat as well, who will be supporting him. Becca Lorum has just got on with it. His car is damaged, to be fair, and you could see that with the power before the way. I think John passed him. John's 2.8 seconds ahead of him now. Got Kevin Torrance in the Mercedes. He's gone off a few times, but he's not damaged his car. And we've got a problem at the front. What's happened at the front? So Mike Molesky's fine so far.
And damaged his car.
So what's gone on here? No problem, no problem. And you can see Billy's behind him by about a second and a half. So no pressure here. Mike Molesky.
No, but he's been passed.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. He's gone off. He's over-rotated it and hit the barrier. And Billy Stewart's got him. That means Andy Skelton is now going to be chasing down Mike Molesky, who could have a damaged car. So that's one to watch afterwards. I got down to Andy Lees. So Andy Lees is just behind. He's 11 seconds behind Kevin. Behind Andy is David Allen in the McLaren. He's going wide too. And they've got Einars, who's actually not doing too bad considering he's had penalties. He was, I think, a bit aggressive early on in the race. Darren Worth having another good race in the... Oh, he says, as he decides to take a short across the chicane there. As you can see, someone's obliterated it already in the PWS McLaren. John Petchier, who's getting on with it in the Lamborghini, just getting on with the race and staying out of trouble. John Collins in the McLaren, he's been off a few times. So I think he's really been struggling with that car. Peter Miles has had a penalty, and he's also trying to drift the Porsche, as we saw there then. So he's obviously having problems with the difficulty of that car as well. And Manuel Sousa is just getting on. It looks like he struggled once or twice with the car. Peter Miles looks like he's gone off again. So I'm going to go back to the front. There's a couple of battles going on at the front. We've got this battle, which is Brian on Andy Skelton, and we've got this battle, which is Simon on Rob. So I think there's a couple of things to keep an eye on here. So I'm just going to keep watching what's going on here.
Yeah, Mike Mileski is really struggling with his car because he has a badly damaged car, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I think Andy is gonna pass him any minute now.
Yeah, that bonnet's up, and Andy's going to get a run.
This is it. Yeah,
he'll struggle getting the power down out the corners.
Sure.
I think in that BMW now, and I think we're going to see Brian Banks get a podium if this carries on, because we've got 2 minutes to go. Can he hold on? Can he make that BMW wide? Can he make it a Bentley? That's the question.
Well, we've seen the lead escape 3 drivers today. It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, and there we go. Look at that run Andy Skelton's got there.
Yeah.
He's got great drive. Oh!
We have a contact. Yeah. Okay.
And that means Brian Banks is going to get the pair of them, as is Mr. Savage. And there it goes again.
My God. Incredible.
And the podium's completely different again.
Incredible. Philippe Sauvage P3 right now. Really awesome race. What a crazy race this has been. This has been very entertaining somehow.
And now Willie's sat behind this lot looking to pounce as well. So look.
Yeah.
Willie's gaining on Andy Skelton here.
Yes, he is. He's done an amazing race in P6. He's been very consistent.
He has. So, need to ask everybody, anyone's driver of the day? Anyone in the chat want to give their driver of the day? Nikos, come on, you're always first. Well, there is 25 of you watching, so there could be a couple of good options here.
Well, my driver of the day is going to be Billy Stewart. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it will be his first victory. And he's done a great race, almost no mistakes. And yes, he benefited from major incidents in front of him, but here he is on the final lap.
Yeah, the chat are going for a unanimous decision of Willie at the moment. Billy does get a mention a few times, but a lot of people are looking at Willie. So you know, I want to go with the majority.
Sure.
So I think we're coming to the end of the lap now. I mean, Billy's done fantastic. He's done really, really well. And both drivers, Billy and Willie, have gained as a result of other cars falling off. So I think driver of the day then. People are going for Willie, which is car number. We all know Willie's number. 888. So there we go. Driver of the day is going to be Willie Owens.
Very nice.
And we're on the final lap. Coming around the corner. Well, not the final corner, should I say. We're coming towards the end of the lap now. And I think we're going to end up with the podium of first place being Billy Stewart. Second place is looking like it's going to be Brian Banks 911. Brilliant. And Mr. Savage in third place. So, yeah, I think... I know there's a lot of people there, Skelton, saying that as well. Yeah, watching Binnett, Melvin says. Come on, Melvin. He's got one more corner to navigate. One more corner to navigate. And then Billy's going to get round. Willie's going to come round and claim 6th place.
Very nice.
There you go. And he's won. Billy Stewart's won. And in second place, coming over the finish line, there's a second and third place cars. Absolutely fantastic. So there's our podium. Billy Stewart, Brian Banks and Philip Savage. Well done, guys. Fantastic race.
Absolutely.
We do have a car under investigation, car number 65. So that will be applied after the race. So I put 65 under investigation just so you can see that. That's Andy Skelton. That'll be for the move up the inside. When he got alongside, I think it was Mike Molesky. So we'll see where that comes out at the end, but that will be applied after the race, I would imagine. And there we can see there, John Newton comes over and claims a fantastic 11th for the PWS guys. Well done, John. He's going to be absolutely buzzing with that. So congratulations to you, sir. I hope you enjoy the stream later. Kevin Torrance brings the Mercedes home, and he's just behind. That's not for position there. He's behind the PWS McLaren, which does have a bit of bodywork damage to it. But everyone's coming to a halt now towards the end of the race. Still got a few cars to classify over. But yeah, Kevin finishes in 13th place. And Andy Lees is coming round as well towards the end. So yeah, 65 will be investigated after the race.
Very entertaining race.
Wow. Well, there you go, everybody. Hope you really enjoyed that. That was certainly... how that front changed between so many drivers is beyond me, but absolutely fantastic. So, well done, drivers. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Looks like you've all clicked like, and we'll see you again tomorrow for the Group 2 race.
Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, good evening, good morning, and good day.